It's Wednesday. We are gathered back together. We're going to take a look at James, and we were able to get through 14, 15, 16, and 17 last week. So we didn't make it as far as I had thought, but that's okay because we had some interesting discussions in our in-person study. And I think last week we did a great job of summarizing everything. So I'm looking forward to what we get into this week. So, as always, we'll start with some prayer requests, and I wanted to give you a few updates. I was able to visit with Nancy yesterday in the hospital. She is doing much better. For those of you that don't know, she had some blood clots in her lungs, very serious issue. They were able to give her the proper medication, put some clot buster, I think is what they call that, in there, and with some sonic treatments, they were able to break up those blood clots in her lungs, which was an excellent thing. So she has responded very well to the treatments. Going to take a good while to get some strength back under her, and they're suggesting therapy, but she should be able to be dismissed from the hospital today and then go do some therapy for a few weeks and then be able to get back to her own home, sleep in her own bed, and have a nap in her own recliner. She's looking forward to that. So if you would continue to pray for Nancy Seegers, she certainly needs it. If you would pray for Carol Judd, I was able to visit with her today, and she's doing very well after her knee surgery. Still a little pain and a little tightness, but she is working through it and doing very good with that. So if you would pray for Carol as she settles into her new place and as she's recovering from her surgery. Christopher Portis, who you may know as Megan's husband, has had his surgery. It went very well, and other than him staying off of it, he's a worker and a doer, so he's having a tough go with that, but it seems like that his recovery is going well. It's again, that's a process. When you tear your ACL, that's not an overnight fix, but he is on the road to recovery and seems to be doing very well there. We've got a few others that are sick and that don't feel well, and I want to encourage you to be in prayer for those. And we had several unspokens on Sunday morning. I know sometimes we glance over those or we don't mention them, but that is one of the blessings we have about prayers. I don't need to know a name. I don't need to know all the details and the situation, but I do know that God can fix anything, and he will set it right the way that he sees fit. So if you have a prayer request you'd like to share, I'd love to pray alongside of you. You can email that to me at reedlandchristian@gmail.com, or you can put it in the comments, and I'd be happy to, as I said, pray alongside of you and see what God's going to do. So if you want to pause, have a moment of prayer. And as I said last week, we didn't get too far. We really talked about salvation and sanctification. We talked about, the idea that that faith is what saves us. It is a belief in Jesus Christ, and that faith is not considered real or active unless it is active. So we really broke that down, and I love the discussion that we had. But I wanted to go back and revisit something that James says here. And he basically talks about this. He says, but some will say, you have faith and I have works. Show me your faith apart from your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. And this is a little bit of sarcasm. You kind of have to read between the lines. There is a little bit of a challenge here. And really what James is saying just bluntly is he says, well, I'm going to show you my faith by the way that I go about living my life, my works. And he's not saying that those works equal salvation. We were clear about that, and I'm not going to go back and revisit all of that. But he does say that it's all about what we're doing in practice. We believe something. Okay, well, if you believe something, that's fine. And he goes on to say, well, you believe that God is one. Well, you do well. Even the demons believe that, and they shudder. But the demons rebelled against God. They followed Satan. They refused to acknowledge God's deity and all of the things that go along with that. And they've been cast out and separated. And they don't do the work of God. They don't have the will of God in their life. We are Christians. And if we say we believe in Jesus, then our life should reflect what we believe, how we go about living that life. There's lots of things that I believe on a daily basis, and I put them into practice. Those are the ones that I do every day. I mentioned it on Sunday morning. It was kind of silly, but I've never been to the moon and to outer space. I don't know whether the world is flat. I don't know whether the world is a globe. I've been taught it's a globe. I've seen pictures that are from outer space, and it would indicate that the world is a big blue ball. And there are lots of people that would say, well, you've been lied to and whatever. I don't know because I've never seen it with my own eyes. But what I do believe is that my car is going to start. So whether I'm driving on roads that are on a flat earth or on a round earth, what I believe is I'm going to go out to my car. I'm going to take my key, which is at my desk right now. I'm going to put it in the ignition. I'm going to turn it over, and that car is going to start up. I have faith that it's going to start up. I've not arranged for a ride home from here tonight, and I'm putting the faith that my car is going to start into practice because I'm taking the key with me. I'm not arranging for other rides. I'm not going the extra mile and doing those kinds of things. So what it comes down to is my faith in certain things. It's not practical because I'm just going about life. Earth could be flat, Earth could be round. I'm pretty sure that it's a globe. I'm pretty sure that it's round. But if something came out tomorrow and said that it was flat, it is what it is. Okay, we'll deal with that. But what I do know is that I have faith my car is going to start, and I carry my keys around. I put it into practice. I start my car on a regular basis. I put that faith into action. I drive that car places. I drove it several different places today. It's Wednesday. I ordered pizza. I got some drinks. I got plates that we will be able to eat off of. I did a lot of errands. I was able to go and make a visit today. I was able to go and make a visit yesterday because I have faith that my car is going to start. And I put that faith into action by turning the car key. And that was a long, drawn-out story. Sorry to bore you with all that. But I think it serves the purpose here. James here is saying, you have faith and I have works. He kind of in a tongue-in-cheek kind of a way there. He says, I'll show you my faith by my works. I believe that God is real, so I'm going to act like he's real. I'm going to go about my life serving him because he is real. And we as Christians have to put our faith into practice. We do that each and every day. And it is up to you how you do that. God has given you a set of skills. We've been blessed, each one of us, with talents. And it is amazing to me that we each have something so special and so unique, and we can use it for the glory of God. So today's simple message, as we're kind of working through this, I'd ask you to read James verses 14 all the way through the end of the chapter, all the way through 26, and say to yourself, how can I show that I truly believe? First of all, ask the simple question, do you believe there's a God? Do you believe in Jesus Christ, that he is the Son of God, that God loved this world so much that he gave his only begotten Son, so that whosoever would believe in him should not perish, but have everlasting life? If you believe that Jesus is the Son of God, you believe God loved this world so much, as I've just said, then put that faith into action. So the question is, how am I going to put that faith into action? If I really believe that God loved this world, am I going to tell somebody? If I really believe that there's power in prayer, am I going to pray for healing? Am I going to pray for a blessing for others? If I really believe that I can't outgive God, am I going to be generous? Am I going to be a blessing to someone and help them out financially? Am I going to come alongside of them and work with them? If I really believe that God is leading me to service, what can I do on a daily basis to help? How can I serve my church? How can I serve my neighbor? How can I serve my wife, my husband, my kids, my parents? Whatever role it is that you have, how can I live out my faith? How can I have an active faith? When James says, I'll show you my faith by my works, he's saying, if you want to know if my faith is real, watch me. And if I'm living for God, it'll be pretty obvious that's the way that it is. And he gives the example of Abraham and Isaac and what Abraham was willing to do because he trusted that God could do amazing things. So I'll ask you again, what can you do to put your faith into action? Pray about that. Think about that. Maybe you need to sit quietly in silence and say, Lord, what would you have me do today? How can I not, test my faith or, let me prove this to you, but Lord, I do believe. What might you have me do today? What door would you open? What person could I help? And after you spend some time in quiet reflection and prayer, I bet something will pop up. And then that's where this becomes real, is you've got an idea, you've got a thought, you have an opportunity that presents itself. The rubber's about to meet the road. Go to it. Whatever that opportunity is, whatever that thought, that leading that, okay, I need to give here, I need to serve there, I need to do this, that, or the other. Put your faith into action. Ask God, how can I serve? How can I put my faith into action and then get to it? It's that simple. And I don't think I need to spend too much more time, if any, on that. So I will say, I hope you have a blessed weekend. I hope you put your faith into action. I hope you spend some time praying about how you can do that. And as I said, if we believe that God is the God of healing and power, maybe start out this exercise in faith by spending a little extra time praying. Spend a little bit of time praying for the ones that I mentioned. Spend a little bit of time praying for somebody in your family that you love and you care for. Is there someone that you would like to see come to know Jesus Christ? Spend a little extra time praying for them. Because if God is the God who answers prayer, maybe we could spend a little more time praying to Him. Some great things can happen when we do that. So I pray that you have a great weekend. I pray that God blesses you. We'll see you soon.